Brother teacher here. Many of you know who Dr. Boyce Watkins is. He is a graduate of Kentucky, I believe, State University. He's a finance major, financial professor, and I believe that he is as well. Not just rhetoric, but I believe that he is indeed a finance professor. But is he honest? I really don't know. But there are many people that are saying that he's not. There are some that are calling him a scammer now. There are many that are saying that he doesn't pay his bills. As a matter of fact, Yvette Cornell of Breaking Brown, she had joined some venture with him and she wasn't getting paid or going to get paid, so she had to cut ties with Dr. Watkins. And there's another young lady whose video I watched, said that he owed her a little more than $100 and she had to jump through hoops to get the money back. She talked to him several times and other representatives, and she kept getting put off, and then ended up talking to him again, and all he did was basically shrug her off. And ultimately he ended up paying her, but not without basically demeaning her. And she said, I had to go through all of this just for about $100. And she said, I just want everyone to know that he is a scammer, that he doesn't keep his word. And there's another young lady who is said to be suing him today because of him breaching a contract that they had together. So what's really going on with Dr. Boyce Watkins? That I really don't know, but I'll say this. There are many of us, blacks, whites, Asians, whoever, that have businesses, who have YouTube channels, and we have personal issues in our lives. Who doesn't? Every human being has some sort of personal issue, problems, or whatever you want to call them, circumstances. But they should never marry your professional side. People don't need to know your personal issues. As much as lie within any of us, they should never meet up. So if you are a professional, and in this particular instance, if you're on YouTube and you consider yourself a professional, you should follow a certain protocol. And if you tell someone something, you should fulfill it. If you promise someone something, you should fulfill it and provide value. Don't ask for someone's money if what they were supposed to receive has never, or you don't plan on it ever materializing. Whoever you are, Dr. Boyce or anybody else. So, I want to say this. I respect Dr. Boyce Watkins as far as what I know about him and from him. Have I ever received value from him? That's the question. That's the operative question of the day. Yes, I have. But I get it from other people too. It's not just him. Anyone saying anything positive that will enhance your life or encourage you or add to your life in some way that's positive, I listen to it, and I hope that you would as well. But it does not negate their inability to provide services that they promised that they were going to provide to you. It doesn't negate that responsibility. You are still supposed to provide those services, especially if someone has paid you already. Dr. Boyce, anybody else. So, I'm not beating up on Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm not bashing him. I am saying this. If Dr. Boyce Watkins or anybody else has promised anyone anything and has not fulfilled it, buyers beware. You need to treat them with a long-handled spoon, as it were. Understand this. I learned something a long time ago. There are people who can provide value for you and you can benefit from them, but you have to eat the meat and spit out the bones. And what that simply means is this. take that which is good from them, that's benefiting your life. And if you feel that there's something that's not benefiting you, throw it away, leave it alone. That's the spitting out the bones part. So as much as I love Dr. Boyce and various other people, Tariq Nasheed and Dr. Umar and Claude Anderson and Yvette Cornell and so forth, I'm going to always measure it out. I'm going to measure it. How far I will go with any individual, no matter who you are. And you should do the same thing as well. Don't put all of your hope, in other words, in that one person, because they can falter. They can fail you intentionally or unintentionally. So I don't believe that Dr. Boyce intentionally wanted to scam anybody. I think a lot of things that he has his hands in, he had probably an original plan of achieving a certain thing in his life, in his lifetime, and he's probably doing too much, possibly. I'm trying to be the voice of reason. He could possibly have his plate full, too full. He's doing too many things, and it's getting out of control. But before it ever got out of control, it should have been under control. So you had to start somewhere. Now, I believe if he's a finance professor, as he stated that he is, and I believe he is, that the person who should have the best discipline as it relates to finance should be the professor. So how can you teach someone something that you don't do yourself? So these were just some words for you to ponder. Remember this again before I leave. Don't believe every single thing every person says without doing your own research and due diligence. Always follow up. Do some investigation. Make sure you observe. Just because it sounds good, anyone that's promoting something is always going to try to give you the best of them in the beginning. But it is after you have developed sort of a relationship with them that you find out who they really are. Hopefully, it's not going to be to your detriment. This is Brother Teacher. That's all I had to say.